All right, so we're going to talk about section 3.7, which is over percent of change. It's a little bit different from the part we talked about on Friday because it has an increase or decrease. We're talking about what is that change? What percentage does it represent? So that we can see that here in this example, that the small soup that was 25 cents, that's now $1, that we've increased it by 25 cents. To find the percent of increase, we need to do the amount that it changed, which is 25 cents, over where did it start, which is 75 cents. So that my percent of change, 25 cents compared to 75 cents, that's the fraction 1/3. And we have had a 33.3 repeating percent change. It's an increase. We can do the same thing with the large soup. If the original price was $1 and the new price is $1.50, the amount of increase is 50 cents, which means that its percent of increase, so we do 50 cents, that's how much it changed, over the original. And hopefully some of these fractions should be nice and easy for you. 50 cents over $1, that's 1/2. Which means that we had a 50% price increase. So that we're doing change over original. Now these first ones that we did, they were nice and easy and we didn't need to use a whole proportion to do them. Some of these others we are going to need to do a proportion. A coat that cost $50 last year costs $55 this year. So what was the change? It increased by $5 over the original price, which was $50. And we're doing it as a percentage. And for some of us, we can still see that that's 1/10, so 10%. But if we can't, let's solve this one as a proportion. So we'll say we want to know what percentage that is, X over 100. We talked about all the possible ways to solve this one. Because there's a single x and it's in the numerator, I think the fastest way to do this problem is to multiply by 100. So we multiply by 100, multiply by 100. Oh, I pushed too many buttons. Stop moving. There we go. Too far. Multiply by 100. Again, if I wanted to use my balance line, I could. 100 over 100 gives me a 1, so I have x equals 100 over 50, that gives me a 2, right? 2 over 1. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 1 is 1. So we get x is equal to 10, which means we had a 10% increase. Now let's do something that was decreased, right? We had a shirt that sold for $30, now sells for $22. Find the percent of decrease. Think about this as buying something off the clearance rack, right? It was originally $30. They've decreased the price by $8 compared to the original $30. We want to know what was that percentage? What is that percentage of decrease? How much did they discount that price? This problem, again, we can do this problem with multiply by 100, but just for the sake of doing problems different ways, I'm going to use cross products. So we say 30x is equal to 800. We divide both sides by 30. And we get x is equal to 80 divided by 3, so we would have 220, so that would be 6, 26 and 2/3 would be my answer. So I would write 26 and 2/3%, and it's a decrease, so that we can either make it negative or write the word decrease. It's a decrease, percent of decrease. All right, you got 2 to try on your own, and then come back and check your answers. Please make sure you really try these on your own. Try them on your own. All right, so that when I'm looking at this problem, remember that sometimes that those percentages are going to feel really high. You haven't made a mistake. Just make sure that they make sense. $2 increased to $7. That's a pretty big price hike. So we would expect it to be, I mean, really, they increased it $2, $4 would be a 100% increase. $6 is a 200% increase. So 7 is a 250% increase. It makes sense. All right, if you haven't done it already, do number 4. Mean it. Try number 4. All right, so in problem number 4, you'll notice that here in problem number 4, that when we get this answer, be really cautious because this answer is a tiny, tiny decimal. $5 increase is a really small part of of 199,995. It's a really small part. So we're expecting a really small percentage. So just be cautious that we didn't need to move our decimal here. So that I know it feels like we should, but we didn't need to because of how we set up the problem. Excellent. I'm going to record the other 2 videos separately so that they upload faster to YouTube.